Peace, love, everybody, and welcome to God Wins TV. I'm your host, Reverend Sonja. I apologize, I have not made a video in a very long time, and that's because I've been hugely busy. What have I been doing? I got myself a little bit of an education, so I'm going to tell you about that, so get ready for some updates and some news. So in December of 2017, I took a course and I got my emotion code certificate. So here's my certificate. This is the emotion code certificate. Now, what does that mean? This was a program developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and it deals with people's emotions, obviously. We go by a chart. This is the chart, the emotion code chart. And this has on it about 60 emotions. And what we do is we very quickly, using this chart, we zero down with our various methods. We zero down on the emotion that is bothering the person, and then we have methods to eliminate that emotion. We don't teach you how to cope with it. We don't give you skills to, instead of getting angry, what should you have done next time? We just get rid of that emotion. It's kind of like running a magnet over your debit card. Please don't do that. But that's how we eliminate these emotions. Okay? It doesn't leave you damaged. It leaves you healed from these negative emotions. So I did that for a year. And then I decided, you know what? I want to go further. And I decided to get my body code certificate. So this is my body code certificate. Yes. My body code certificate. Yay! Body code certificate. Okay, so what that has to do with is all the various frequencies in your body and the imbalances that are being created. Some from emotions, some from toxins, some from just from imbalances. Maybe there's physical trauma, that kind of a thing. Everything in your body that is out of balance, we can correct it with our methods at home. So it's very, very interesting, just fascinating stuff. And I want to talk more about it, but I'll do that in another video. So with all of that, what I decided myself is, instead of asking the body what's the underlying reason why there's pain in the left knee, or what's the underlying reason for the headache, or for the acid reflux, that kind of a thing, I decided to ask the Holy Spirit. Why? Because the Holy Spirit is the one who is on earth, that is here to answer all our questions and guide us into all truth. And when I talk about truth, I mean truth today, right now. Okay? Truth today, truth in the past. So what I do is I connect with Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit, if you were my client, the Holy Spirit would connect with you, your system, your spirit, your soul, your subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it. And what is in there is everything that ever happened to you. Every cup of coffee you ever had, every face you saw on a bus, everything. And whether or not you remember it or not, it's there. So I have my methods that I will just go in there and say, when's the first time, or this emotional resonance of anger. When did she experience this? And you know what? Maybe that anger is sitting in your shoulder and you can't move your shoulder up and down. And we'll find out when it is, and we'll find out more about it, maybe the circumstances surrounding it. And then we just zap it out, just erase it. And then pretty soon you're able to move your shoulder. Physical healing happens as a result of emotional healing, spiritual healing, whatever. Okay. So this is what I've started doing. And there was a point where I thought, will anybody ever phone me? So in order to get my certificates, I had to work on so many people. You know, you have to work on a bunch of people. And these sessions take place over the phone. So my clients were so happy with their results that they would phone me and say, okay, I want you to do my mom. I want you to do my husband. I want you to do my kids. And I want you to do my friend. You know, I've got like 6 friends. And so very, very quickly, my practice grew. And I do say my practice because this is a business, okay? This is not a ministry, this is a business. So people pay for their sessions. So I get my license through the Pastoral Medical Association. That's my license, okay? And so what I am, so it's Sonja C. Isaac, DPSC, right? So I am considered a diplomat of pastoral science. So because what I do is considered pastoral science and medicine, okay? So how do I describe myself? I am a personal restoration practitioner. So if you take an old jalopy, you know, and you give it a new paint job, you tear out the motor, put in a new one, and you tear out the seats or maybe get them reupholstered, fix it up, and pretty soon you've got a Model T on your hands. Got one of these babies, right? Yeah. Pretty cool. So it doesn't matter if you're young, if you're old, you can become restored. And this is all through the Holy Spirit. I am not the healer, He's the healer. Okay. So when I have sessions, the sessions are on the phone. Somebody will call me up and they have their appointments. I do 4 people a day, and somebody will phone me and we'll begin the session, and they'll say, I'm having pain in, you know, a certain area or whatever. And like I say, we might take trapped emotions out of that area. We might take toxins out of the body. We might fix a misalignment. Or we might, the one thing I found is so interesting is we'll find disconnections and we'll reconnect things. So I had one client who said he was paralyzed down one side of his body, and we've been working on him, and he says, yeah, everything's good now. All I have is a frozen shoulder yet. So still more work to be done, but we can see the progress. It's really very cool. I also have a research project going on that's been ongoing since I asked the Holy Spirit about the truth about everything. Some of the problems are spiritual based problems. So we'll find, perhaps curses on people, or what we call saboteurs. You know, a saboteur is like, if you ever heard of the term that person, all they do is stick a knife in your back, right? You could have a spiritual knife sticking out of your back from that nasty coworker that you used to work with, right? So it's amazing what people do to each other in their minds and in their hearts. So that's why Jesus said, love your neighbor as you would love yourself, right? You just don't do that to people. So anyways, this research project has grown quite big, and I've learned a lot. So one of my plans for the future is to develop a course so that people can learn to do what I do. Okay, I remember there's all kinds of interesting stories that I can tell you. I'll have to find some time to do some more videos so that I can tell you all this interesting, cool stuff. So in my future, I'm planning on, like I say, building courses so that people can learn what I'm doing. I'm planning on writing some more books so that people can learn what I'm doing. Because frankly, I am not the healer. The Holy Spirit is the healer, but I can't do it all myself. Okay, I have to have other people that want to learn what I have learned so that they can do what I do. So if you're interested in getting started, learning these kinds of things, I will leave a link in the description box, and so that you can get started with the emotion code, and then with the body code, and then with my courses. If you want, now these courses aren't written yet, okay? They're not written yet. But if you are interested in getting started, get started with the emotion code and subscribe to my website, www.godwinstv.com. And I will keep you updated with emails saying, okay, the book is out now, or the course is out now, or whatever. But just subscribe to my website, and then you'll get an email update. Okay. And I'll also link you to the emotion code so that you can learn how to do that. Okay, so that is what's going on, and that's my life to date. So same thing, like, subscribe, whatever. And peace, love, and we will see you on the next video. Okay, bye.